How's it going, everyone? It is Drago. We are back with another chapter of Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest, chapter 85, Ice Giants. Before we even get into this chapter, I've been sick this whole week, so my voice is really messed up. I'm sorry. The cover page for this week has Wendy on it. To be honest, I don't really get this one. Like, is it supposed to be like some mythology thing, or like Greek mythology, or like something from like Japan or whatever? Because like it's Wendy holding two different happies. Like one's made out of gold, one's just a regular happy. Problem down the bottom is like asking like what one she should drop. So I don't entirely get this. If anyone has any more context as to what actually this cover is actually supposed to mean, or like what it is actually from, leave in the comments. We pick up our chapter resuming the battle between Gray and Hakune. And he just broke out of the like dream world she put him in. So they're both basically evenly matched here because they both keep freezing each other's ice. So, like, who's going to win this? When we pick up this battle here, Gray is actually still in his Demon Slayer mode. And Hakune does a big attack called Diamond Titan. And this, like, ice demon thing she summons, honestly, it looks something straight out of Tartaros. And I love the fact that, like, she made this big like ice monster, and Gray's like, oh, you think that's a challenge, huh? You think you're better at maker magic than me? Come on, come at me. Which, to be honest, this next attack that Gray does is maybe one of the biggest and maybe one of the coolest that Gray has ever done. I would like to actually know, is this his regular ice, or is this the Demon Slayer ice, or is this just because he's in this other world? If he can do this constantly, like, dang man, this attack's gonna be insane. So he does this huge attack called Ice Make Heavy Knights. And these things are quite huge because you look at the scale of Gray to these big ice knights he made. I know previously, like, he could just only make weapons, but, like, he must have fine-tuned it quite a lot if he can make full suits of armor that come alive and attack things. The one thing that Hakune can just think about is like, dang man, he did a lot of ice make modeling magic in like a split second. Like, this guy's insane. So Gray's giant ice knights pretty much have no problem killing Hakune's Titan. They pretty much impale it immediately. You get Ferris and Wendy and Carla and the whole gang just like freaking out that Gray's doing this attack. Like, when did he learn this? And again, they hype up that he is Natsu's rival because it's Carla that's like, oh, of course he'd be this strong. He's Natsu's rival. Next panel we get is just Gray still in the Demon Slayer. So honestly, that last attack probably was a Demon Slayer attack because he still has the tattoos from being in the Demon Slayer mode. So this Ice Knights thing probably is a Demon Slayer attack. You're just pushing back Hakune's forces more and more and more, finally fully destroying it, and only Gray's Ice Knights are left. And Hakune is attacked and she is defeated. But you get Lucy being like, nice job, Gray. You get the Way Out Priestess like freaking out over Gray. Ferris, everyone, they're just all congratulating him on his win. They finally saved the day. And man, dude, we can't even have 1 second of peace. All of Silene's forces are defeated except for Silene herself. So we didn't even get a moment of peace so they could recoup, go battle Silene. Because immediately the ground starts shaking like crazy. And the White Out Priestess is pointing out the magic power there is swelling. It is Silene because she's like messing with like dimensions and stuff. What you get the White Out Priestess kind of explaining what Ferris was explaining many chapters ago. They have these priestess there to completely just wipe out magic power because if it exceeds it, their world will blow up. And Silene is just messing with it for an unknown purpose, and it's going to cause their world to blow up. Now you get the ground like forming and a giant hand comes out of it, which I still find the hands very weird. I know they were in earlier chapters, but like, it's very weird. Would you get the Way Out people freaking out and they're like, why is these hands here? And he's going to summon Sumaki. Not entirely sure who that is. I probably forgot. It probably was said in a previous chapter. I'm pretty sure it probably was said in a previous chapter. You get the hands just popping out of the ground. Honestly, this looks like a freaking zombie movie because they're just jigging themselves out of the ground, and you just get different shots from all around the world of these hands popping out of the ground, out of oceans, out of windmills, and all of them are freaking out about these hands showing up saying it's the end of times are nigh. why don't we make like a portal and just like teleport a bunch of people out of here, so like even if the end of times are here, we'll just like be alive. And Wendy is having some hardcore PTSD because I never thought we would actually go back to this, but we're bringing back Face, baby. Yeah, she's having PTSD flashbacks to all the faces in Earthland and the Tartaros arc, and like how much of a pain in the butt those things were to take out. These hands are basically doing what Face was doing, because it's causing the magic power to tighten, so it's making it a lot harder to use magic. There's still a bunch of magic, unlike Face where it was completely taking away magic, but they basically still get the same use at the end of the day. They're stopping magic usage. But instead of faces, we get hands. If anyone's got to power through, magic power loss, get the reveal that someone's waking up, and it is Natsu and Urza. They're waking up. Apparently they're fully recovered, even though they just basically got sliced in half a few chapters ago. But, apparently Wendy's magic can insta-heal you, you can instantly recover from, being almost decapitated and sliced in half. But you get the whole team like, oh, it's super nice that they're alive and they're up, but no one's like, oh my goodness, Natsu Urza, you need to sit down, you need to take a nap because you guys almost died. Don't go rushing into a battle immediately. Now we actually go back to Silene's fight, and she's doing her evil villain monologue, and she's got her nice evil villain smile going on at the same time. And, she's basically making fun of Suzaku, and like, oh, it's been a fun time, your dragon powers are interesting, but, you don't got anything to face me. You're not good enough. You're not going to win this. And to be real, he's barely standing. He's like, oh, well, you're my prey, but like, he's bleeding, he's huffing and puffing, and she still has the singular cut on her cheek. Basically pulled an Iron Man and a Thanos, doing all that for a drop of blood. That's basically the end of our chapter. It really wasn't a cliffhanger thing. It was just kind of her taunting Suzaku at the end there. So my thoughts. I thought this whole chapter was going to be completely about Gray and Hakune's fight, but apparently it was just maybe like half of it, and then half of it was like, oh yay, we won. And oh, here's stuff about faces again. Great. Oh my goodness, he stepped up his ice making magic to another level. Like, if he can constantly make these like ice knight clone things and like do that in Earthland now, like that's gonna be actually a pretty insane attack. Ray had a very big moment this chapter with his big attack that he did, and I hope he gets more big moments and continues to do this big stuff. And I'm pretty sure it was in Demon Slayer mode that he did that attack, but it very well could be that he could do a version of it in his regular ice mode. But I suppose you technically have to wait to probably like get this animated to really tell which kind of ice he's using. But we're going very similar to Tartaros again, because we got the hand things that are acting similar to Face. I don't know what, we don't have no big dragon. Well, I guess we do have a big dragon. We got Silene, but like she's not gonna stop it. So it probably is kill off Silene and then you stop Face, hands. But if you don't, then what do you do? Because no one in Earthland could really kill any of the faces. And I mean, that would be a long time ago, so a lot of people would be a lot stronger. But if you see how many hands there are, yeah, you ain't gonna destroy that very fast. Now, I'm gonna guess that the next chapter is completely focused on fighting with Silene and her wrapping up her current fight, and probably Team Fairy Tail maybe regrouping and figuring out a plan to take her down. Because all of her forces are done. It's only Silene left. So we're very much wrapping up this arc right here. And then we'll probably, who knows if we'll get like some funsy little arcs in between before we get the next major arc. I expect the next couple chapters to actually be pretty insane, because we're finally up against the big bad dragon lady. I'm gonna wrap this video up. My voice is so garbage right now. I can honestly barely talk to even do this video. So thank you for watching. Leave your comments down below of future video ideas. I'll try and ramp up more production going up in the next few weeks, but I've been feeling absolutely terrible this past week and I have been unable to do anything. Otherwise, thank you for watching. This is Drago, signing out.